I think a lot of us are so much stronger than we actually realize. And when I was thinking about this is just myself is a lot of things that I never thought could do. And then did it and I was like, wow, all these years I thought I could never do that. And I think a lot of us, we believe this story we've told ourselves that we're not good enough, that someone else out there is better, or these people just for some reason are just better. When reality is we are all born the same. We have the same ability to be whatever we want. The only difference is that the people that become what they say they are is they believe in themselves. And you could say, well, that's easy. I just believe. Well, it's not, because in order for you to believe in yourself, you have to do things that back up that belief. You can't just say, I'm going to be a movie star and then sit on the couch, watch Netflix. It just doesn't work. And people manifest, oh, I'm going to be a movie star and visualize it, but then they don't do anything. The universe needs you to act. It doesn't need you to chase, it needs you to act. But the thing is a lot of people will say, well, look, I tried and I'm not good enough. No, you probably tried, but you didn't try in the right direction. Like when I tried to create YouTube videos in the beginning, I was trying to be someone I'm not. I was trying too hard. I was trying to impress people. I was trying to had goals like 100,000 followers in a year and stuff like that. That was just like that took away any realness in anything I was doing, because I was doing it for expectations. And when we do things with an expectation, we ruin the process. We ruin what we're doing. I mean, it takes the fun out of it too, because you're doing it and you're like, I need something from it. It's like if you have a girlfriend and you give her flowers, but then you expect love in return, and she doesn't give you love in return, you get mad. It's like, I gave you flowers, I gave you this, and nothing should be transactional. That's not how things work. We do things to give, and you don't expect anything in return. You give someone some food, a homeless person food, you don't expect them to be, oh, thank you so much. If they don't say anything, that's fine. You do it because you did it. You don't need to do it because you wanted to get that satisfaction that you're a good person. And I think you see a lot of people when they're protesting, and they're doing it out of because they want to feel good about themselves. And it's like, you're not doing anything. Come on. You're sitting there. I saw two people protesting with signs up saying, Jesus doesn't love you if you like Trump or something. And regardless of politics, it's like, who are you to say that? It's like, that's your opinion. You sitting on the sidewalk saying that doesn't help anything. Does not change the world. Whatever. Not one person sees that and is like, wow, you're right. I'm gonna. I love Jesus loves me, and I need to not like Trump. No one said that. People look at I look at these people and they're like, they have nothing better to do. And it's like, instead of doing that, why don't you go to the homeless and start like asking them if what they need, if they need help, do they need blankets, do they need food? Why not go to volunteer at places, people that maybe that need someone to talk to? There's so many other things you could do than just sit there with a poster, and then you go home at night and you feel good. It's like, I knew our neighbor. We had this neighbor growing up, and she would do stuff like that. And she was the worst person ever. She was so mean. She was just like so such a bad person. And she would go do these protests and say like, the environment and all this stuff, and it's like people could see her and be like, well, what a good person, right? And we do this and post pictures on Instagram, like, you know, free Palestine, all this. And I have a problem with that, because it's like, why is it that everyone all of a sudden is into free Palestine, but then it was Black Lives Matter, and then it was, you know, Iraq Lives Matter. It's all just like, now Black Lives doesn't matter anymore. Who cares, right? I mean, think about that for someone who is black. Like, what a kick in the face. And I'm gonna go do another video on that because I think that that is like, that really just kind of pisses me off because I think it's just so disrespectful to all those people. But when you're sitting there and you're doing the poster, you go home and you feel good about yourself. You're not really doing anything. You didn't do anything in your life to change other people's lives. You got old and then you're like, oh my God, I'm going to die and I need to try to do something. Well, I mean, it's never too late to do something, but you could do something that can change other people's lives instead of just sitting there with a poster. That's easy. Anyone could sit out there with a poster, but it's hard to go and, of course, they don't even want to talk to the homeless. Like, oh my God, it's scary. And not all of them are on drugs. A lot of them, I know a guy, he works for my brother, and he's the only black guy in Eugene. And people all call him the N word. And the guy is a really, really nice guy. And he's not on drugs. He's had a hard life. And he works really hard. He lives in his truck. And the guy, like, someone gave him a truck because he did work on their house and he was such a good guy. And people try to mess with him. They try to fight with him because he's black. And he just lives in his truck. And he's so grateful and he's so happy. And it's like, and you have the person like this. And it's like, why not help people like that? Maybe you could say, hey, do you need extra blankets? Do you need some work? I have tree trimming stuff that I can give you. That, like, even if you didn't have work, go give them some work. But instead, we're sitting there with signs and saying, all this stuff. It just doesn't do anything. Doesn't do anything. No one is looking at that and going, we're gonna make changes. I'm sorry. But we're doing it because it makes us feel good. And instead of us working on ourselves and trying to make changes in life, trying to make changes for other people, like whatever it is, you could create a nonprofit, you could create a volunteer center, you could create a group of people that go out every weekend and give food to people, or go to a place that gives away food and then say, and you take the food and give it to people. But everyone's so scared, oh, they're on drugs. You know what, a lot of the people that are homeless, and if they are on drugs, a lot of them is like, they didn't end up that way on purpose. Life is hard. Things happened, and I know from experiences there's no help out there. I went to the hospital. I was dying, and they just pushed me out. And I spent 2 weeks in a hotel and almost died. And so you think these homeless, like, maybe they tried, but there's no help for them. There's no help. Imagine, and I have insurance, and luckily, and I have like help from my mom, and like they were able to take me to the hospital. But a lot of these people, they don't have any help. But no one wants to talk to them because that's scary, right? They're gonna, and it's, but I can hold up a sign, and it's like, we can do so much. We can do so much, but the world is not just us trying to better, like, make our lives better, trying to buy the biggest house and more money. Like, that's where you want to live your life until you die, and just, like, okay, it's so hedonistic. And I think even a lot of people, they do that and then they realize, I need to start, it feels better to give. I don't know, if I ever got a present, I always feel better when I give a present to someone else and they like love it. It's just like, oh my God, this is what I wanted. So we all have something to give. That's the thing. We all have something to give. But no one wants to do that. We just want to sit there with a poster in our hand. So I just have a real problem with that because I think that when we grow, that's when we find out that we have so much to give. But when we don't grow, the thing is we just become so selfish. Become so selfish because we are trapped in our own little honeypots, our own little distractions. It's me, 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 right? Like my dad, he played tennis. He needed to play tennis. He needed to go to the club. he needed to do this, and having children took him away from that. So, and now he lives his life, it's just him. And he has all these homes, and it's like he's not trying to help anyone else. It's just me. And what a horrible way to live that life. Like, I just think it's a horrible way to live. So when we grow, that's when we learn to give. But when we don't grow, we become selfish and we just live our lives us and we become needy. And when we become needy, nothing happens. Nothing happens. We don't get anything because we're needy. When we grow, we become ourselves and we give. The only way we get is when we give. The universe is reciprocal. So I should make another video on that one too. But anyways, hit subscribe. This is Daniel with Live Life in Your Flame.